guys, welcome back, and today we have another 1,500 wheel horsepower 991 Turbo S that's about to be hitting the streets. Make sure you stay locked in for this one because it's going to be mad.
Right, so behind me guys, we have got Danny K's, used to be ES800, it is now going ES1400. So I've got all the engine in, just waiting on the oil to arrive. Once the oil's arrived, I can pour it in and then we'll run it up on stock ECU for now, just so I can do the coolant bleed, make sure the temperatures and everything's all good. I'll finish off the Cyvex wiring, install the charge cooler system, and then yeah, away we go.
So guys, we've got Danny's ES1500 getting prepped for the dyno. So we're going to get that loaded on now, and then we'll dial it in on pump fuel and then eventually on race fuel. So it's going to be making some killer power, so make sure you stay locked in. So guys, Danny's ES1500 is complete and it made 1,507 horsepower to the wheels, along with 1146 foot-pound of torque. Now that is some serious power. Now some of you may be asking, why is that not making as much power as our shop car, ES1500? The reason being is because we do have a different fuel system on there and bigger turbos. So this car is going to be used on track as well. He wants to do some top speed stuff and he wants to use it on track. A lot of people think, oh yeah, you have a big power car, you can't use it on track. Yes, you can. With the right driver, you definitely can, and the right suspension setup, it is possible.
Pow! ES1500. Done. So guys, we have got another 991 Gen 1 ES1500. It's done, it's complete, and yeah, it's ready to hit the road and hit some numbers. So this car, when it, we had a customer owned it before. He just done exhaust and tune. The guy who then bought it, done exhaust and tune. He then went ES800 without meth. He then gave the car to us to sell. We sold it to its new owner, Danny. Not me, but another Danny. So he had the car for a couple of months. He bought it back, we'd done the meth on it. He took it away, had it for about another month. He then thought, you know what, let's just go all out. So we've done an ES1500, which consists of our 4.1 litre stroker kit, our custom ESMOTOR billet intake with port injection. He's gone for the Dodson 11 plate clutch. We've also whacked our wheels on it. We've done everything. He's got our charge cooler kit. He's got our custom meth kit that he already had on it with our custom meth tank as well, which is painted the same color as his car. He's got everything on it now. So we just need to get the drivability sorted out on this car. The customer wants to have some fun in this. So we've got it currently on ethanol. It's only on like an E46 mix at the moment. Usually we could push them up to like E60, but for an E46 mix and making the power that it does is it's phenomenal. So we're really happy with that. And when he's running race fuel, we don't actually run the meth like we have done in the past on a few cars. So we're just trying to cut that back, see if we could just run it just on an ethanol mix. So yeah, it's really good. I'm really happy with the numbers. The build was a quick turnaround for the car. Yes, it was with us for a little bit. We're waiting for all the parts and everything, making sure everything's all good with the car. And here we go, running full Cyvex S7 Plus, tuned by your man, Tuning Bay, aka Emre. So yeah, and the way this car's come out with our custom ESMOTOR wheels as well now, just really suits the car.
So guys, one of the cars that we are going to be looking at today is a 992 ES1300 build. So this one is another convertible car and it was completed. However, we did have a bit of a hiccup along the way, which we're going to be taking you into now. Sometimes the builds on these cars are not straightforward. And oh, look, we show you the results and all the good side of it, like the actual final product. But we just want to show you a little bit of the insight of the hard work that we have to put in when we get some random issues coming up sometimes. So just give a little bit more of an understanding of what we put into the builds to make sure that when they do get out there, they are perfect, seamless, and working without any issues for the customers. So guys, let's just rewind a little bit and then show you this car coming together, how much power it made, all the good parts, and we'll show you exactly the stumbling block, which we have now sorted out, but let's take you through it all.
Flashback.
So guys, we have Sam's ES1300 here. We are just going to be coding in the injectors because once they've been changed, they need to be coded in before the car can start. Once that's done, it is going to be the first start. And yeah, exciting times. But once the first start is done, we're going to bleed the car because as part of the process, the coolant rads are all the way at the front of the car and the filler bottle is at the back and the engine obviously is at the back. So when we pressure fill it from the back, the coolant still needs to circulate around the whole car. So there is a coolant bleed procedure which gets carried out by the P-Wiz, and then that will ensure that the coolant is filled in the entire system. So yeah, we're going to be doing that now.
So guys, yes, here we've got Sam's ES1300 convertible on the dyno, ready to go and ready to make some pump fuel numbers. As you can see, we have got the screamer pipes on the car. We run these on the dyno off the back of the wastegates so we can push that wastegate pressure to the back of the car. Now all we've got to do is just set the fans up and this car is ready to go on the dyno and we can make some pump fuel numbers. Now we have only just done pump numbers on this car. This is the first time it's going on the dyno. We had some teething issues with the meth, so we had to get the meth sorted. It is now running methanol, and yeah, it's now running perfectly fine. On the first run, it made a little under 900 brake horsepower, so we're sitting around the right numbers, and yeah. It's making good power for the first run, and yeah, these are only pump fuel numbers, only map 1, so it's going to be nothing special, but you know, you'll hear the nice sound, see some big flames, all of that good stuff with the ES1300s. Second run, it made 860, which is strong numbers. We are just kind of dialing everything in, getting ready for when we put race fuel and send this thing to the moon. So guys, the new Bilstein Evo SE coilovers are now on the car. This thing is now gonna sit a lot nicer, look absolutely sick, and it's gonna be a lot more direct when we drive it. Now, the Bilstein Evo SEs are tried and tested on the Nürburgring, and these are gonna somehow make a Porsche handle better. The steering is gonna be a lot more direct, and you will feel every bump in the road really giving you that extra bit of control over the car.
So guys, Sam's ES1300 pump fuel numbers are in, and it made 1,052 horsepower to the wheels just on pump and methanol. That's his highest pump fuel map. So he does actually have switchable maps where he can change the boost, and it starts from around about 900 wheel horsepower going all the way up to 1,050. So that's over 1,200 horsepower crank just on pump and meth. Now this car can run 1,300 wheel horsepower on ethanol, and it will do as well. We're going to be putting it on the dyno in the next video. You'll see that, and showing you exactly what it can do on the road when it's turned up all the way.
End of flashback.
Right, so as you've seen previously, I've totally stripped this 992 Turbo S. This had our ES 1300 package on it, and the car was all good to go. Apart from the fact, when we come in the next day, we turned the car on, everything seemed okay, went to crank it, and nothing. So yeah, I've obviously plugged the diagnostic machine and that in, and we didn't seem to have anything major. So I checked all the earth cables, because they're a common issue on these as well. But when I checked the earth cable, it was fine. I cleaned it all up, done that, checked all the basic connectors and stuff. And then it comes to the conclusion that maybe one of the main fuses has gone. Now, the reason why this happened was the car recently had a meter tracker on it. I've totally taken it out now. But where they had wired the meter tracker in was to the body control module. And what they had done is they had hooked up to a constant 12 volt. But they'd put it onto a 12 volt that was going into the board, not coming back out of the board. And then when I looked at on the P-Wiz, and I looked at all the data and stuff like that, looked at the valve, and it said at 2 o'clock in the morning, the car woke itself up. Now, that rung, a few bells straight away. So I took all of, as you see before, I took all of the dash out, everything out, completely out. The car's literally, there was nothing inside of it. So I checked all the fuses, I checked the pyro fuse, and one of the fuses had 12 volts one side, and it was only given 9 volts the other side, so it was breaking down. So I changed that, and then when I changed that, we still had no ignition lights whatsoever. So I started checking the body control module where the meter tracker was actually wired into. When I done that, I realised that there's still a 12 volt feed to it, there's still a 12 volt coming out of it. So the board seemed okay. But yeah, going forward, obviously a week later, we received the body control module. Body control module went into it. We reprogrammed all the body control module. That seemed fine. Now, the only other thing that we had an issue with as well was the gateway module. Now, people have had it before where the gateway module can give up. So they're obviously driving the car, they stop somewhere, get out, go do whatever, come back, and the car just has no ignition lights and the gateway module fails. But what had actually happened is where the meter tracker brought the car back to life, the voltage on the car was too low, so it spiked the body control module and put that down, which then later in turn obviously blew the gateway module as well. So where it's on a constant 12 volts, obviously you keep the meter tracker live, the ignition for it had completely gone. So I've figured that all out. I'm now currently putting it all back together because everything works again. So we've reprogrammed the body control module. We've reprogrammed the body control module and the gateway module, and everything works. The car starts, it runs. We've got all the ignition that we need. So yeah, it's just a case of boxing it all back up and get it all back together finally. It's been a long old road.
Getting this build done with.
Yeah, so I mean, these things happen, but the thing is, it was nothing to do with what we had done. It was where the voltage on the battery was so low, and meter tracker had obviously supposedly done an update in the night. It ended up blowing the body control module, which then obviously blew the gateway module as well. So my first instinct was obviously one of the fuses had gone, because I've had it before where one of the main fuses go on the car, and you've got to take out the whole dash because the fuse board is actually right in the middle, tucked away underneath the heater matrix. So yeah, done that, checked that, and now we are back to where we started off. So yeah, let's get cracking on and get this car out.